Turning now to the moon, we're taking a live look in Florida at the Kennedy Space Center at Artemis II, and we're just days away from a moment that will capture the world's attention. NASA's Artemis II test flight is set to carry 4 astronauts around the moon, marking humanity's first crewed journey beyond low Earth orbit in more than 50 years. And joining us now from Kennedy Space Center is Dr. Stephen Platts. He is the chief scientist at NASA's Human Research Program. Thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, you're very welcome.
So the countdown is on for the launch heading into this week. So we want to know, what is Artemis II for people at home who may not know about it?
So you can think of it as a Pathfinder mission for us. It's a flyby. So they're going to go around the moon and then come home. Really important, though, because they're going to be doing lots of imagery, taking pictures, taking videos of the back side of the moon, what we call, the far side of the moon, if you will. And we don't get to view that part of the moon. And it's really important for future missions because we need to figure out where we're going to land. We're not landing in the same places as Apollo. We're looking at the polar regions where we can get access to water. So they need to take pictures, figure out where the craters are, where the hills are, where a good location is to establish a base.
All right, so this work, as you mentioned, is critical. What is the 10-day mission going to look like? Break it down for people that want to, watch as they make this special journey.
So they'll be doing lots of different things. So in the initial parts, they're taking part in the human research that we sponsor. So we have 4 different research experiments they'll be doing. We're looking at the immune system. We're looking at the brain, the eyeballs, the cardiovascular system. We're looking at how radiation affects the body, lots of different things. And they have other experiments that they're doing as well.
All right. And as far as the incredible crew, of course, we want to shout them out. Reed, Victor, Christina, and Jeremy. What are their roles for the mission, and what has the training looked like for them?
So the training is pretty intense. They start training years before the mission, and they're working on all the hardware that they have to deal with, the software, parts of the mission, right? So they have to pre-plan all of that. They have to go through contingency operations in case something goes wrong. And then they have to train on how to do all the experiments that us scientists are throwing at them, whether it's for humans or heliophysics or something else like that.
And for people that want to watch as they're making this journey, how can they do that if they want to, keep up to date with what they're doing?
So NASA.gov is a great location. We have a YouTube channel. If you have NASA TV on your cable network or streaming service, that works great. And pretty much a lot of the networks will be showing it live as well.
All right. As far as NASA's plan to build its moon base at the lunar South Pole, can you dig a little bit more into that?
Yeah, so that's going to be a phased approach. So we'll start small with a smaller habitation unit and a shorter duration, days or weeks on the moon, and we'll slowly build that up over time. Bring more modules, make it a larger facility, and then spend a larger amount of time there. And it's important that it's in the pole so we have access to water. And then we will establish science and lots of different things there. It's incredibly exciting. For me, growing up, it was always a dream to have a lunar base. In fact, there were all these old TV shows where we had lunar bases and were able to do things like that. But that was always just a dream, and now it's going to be a reality. So it's amazing for us.
All right. Thank you so much, Doctor. We appreciate you joining us.
Sure. Thank you very much.